Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. First, I want to say thank you to all of you who requested this Q&A and also those who put in questions. I think I received over 70 responses. I don't think there's any way I can get through all of them today, or this video will be a million years long, but I'm just going to skim through them and answer what I can. So if I missed your question, please don't be offended, and if there's anything I left out or you really want to know, just leave a comment down in the comment section. I live in my comment section. I'm always in there talking to you guys, so I will do my best to answer it there if I miss it in this video. And second, if I sound or look a little off, I think I'm under the weather. I think that's why I was so sleepy yesterday and today too. I think I just have like a head cold or something, so I just feel kind of out of it and like stuffy and icky, so that's why if I'm a little off. I'm not my normal self, but anyways, I'm just gonna pull up my phone and get started. So yeah, it's like, I guess I didn't really even say what this video is, but you know by the title, I'm gonna do my first ever Q&A. So I posted something on my community tab 3 days ago and there's like 67 responses there, and then I have some responses on Instagram as well as in some of my videos. So I'm gonna do my best to answer them. So let me just see what the oldest is first. So the very first question I've received was, how old am I? I am 30 years old. I'm actually going to be 31 on May 5th. I think a lot of people think I'm younger than I am, which is nice. Like, I don't know, probably staying out of the sun has a lot to do with it and good genes, but yeah, I'm almost 31. And then I got a lot of questions about like what I do for a living outside of YouTube. Well, I am a licensed pharmacist in the state of Illinois. When I moved to Florida, I did apply to become a pharmacist here. I'm still in that process. I have not completed it, but I do a YouTube video every single day, and I do several things on the side too, online. I have like an online store. I have an eBay store, and I do a few other things too. And then I got a question, what is my favorite box and my least favorite box? So one thing about me is I am so bad about choosing favorites. I love a lot of things. Like, I'm definitely more of a lover than a hater. Like, I'll say my least favorite box by far is Babe Box. I think everyone probably knows that if you've seen my videos. Babe Box is a total scam, don't get it. Worst box ever. I think I've gotten several questions about like what my top 3 boxes are, so I'll tell you that. Definitely like my beauty boxes are what I get the most excited for. I like a lot of my seasonal boxes, but I think, you know, BoxyCharm will always be my favorite, especially for the boxy looks. Like, those boxes have just been killing it for me. I like so many items, so many of the things that come in that box become my favorite. And also BoxyCharm is how I built up my makeup collection. That's really how I got started. And I also think Allure has been killing it. I don't think I could give that one up right now. And then Ipsy too. Oh, by the way, you guys, I got charged for Ipsy Plus today, so I think I'm finally gonna get that this month, so I'm looking forward to that. The next question I have here is, was it hard to adjust living in Florida because I know winters are different? You know what? I love Florida. It's beautiful every single day. It is really hot all the time, but I cannot imagine ever being in a winter climate. Like, I used to visit Chicago often. I haven't been back since November. Like, I don't know if I could ever live somewhere cold again. So I mean, I'm definitely more sweaty here, but there's air conditioning, and pools and everything. So I wouldn't say it was hard. I think it was actually a great thing for my life. And then someone asked, do you have a degree? I have 2 degrees. I got my bachelor's in science and microbiology, and then I got my doctorate in pharmacy. And after pharmacy school, I went and completed a residency and specialized in acute care. And then, what made you decide to start making YouTube videos? So back in Chicago, I actually had a blog first for Kitty's Boxes. I just would post my boxes there and stuff like that. And then when I decided to move to Florida and I left my job in Chicago, I had some free time and I was like, you know what, people don't really read anymore. I think they're more into videos. So I recorded about maybe 2 videos in Chicago, but then I started to do YouTube like all the time once I moved here, since I've had so much free time. And more space to do it here. So I just, yeah, so I had my blog that was already like a fun little hobby of mine, and I decided to take it to YouTube. What is your favorite animal and why? I love elephants, I always have. I just think they're such like majestic, beautiful creatures. I love that they have like a sense of family. They mourn their loss. They're giant, but they're vegetarian. They're just peaceful. I just think they're so great and what they represent. I love them. And of course I love cats a lot. I love my cats so much. Oh, this is a good transition. Someone asked what my pets' names are. So I have 2 cats that are from the same litter, Archer and Fiona, and they just turned 3. And then I have Emmy, who is 2. So I received another question about what inspired me to start unboxings on YouTube and what gave me the confidence to put yourself out there. Well, I already told you why I started it, I guess like because I was already doing a blog and I thought, why not? I think videos will get more traction, which is true. And the confidence to put, it was kind of scary. I think getting started is the hardest part. Honestly, just talking to a camera isn't too bad. Sometimes I think it's easier than talking to a person. If someone was in the room here with me, I think I would be, I'd lose my confidence. I'd be like, get out of here. I'd just become totally self-conscious. So I think just getting started is the hardest part. So if anyone out there is thinking about starting a YouTube channel, just do it. Like the first few videos you make, no one really sees anyways. Like no offense to anyone out there, like you just don't have any subscribers yet, you don't have a following, you're brand new. It's okay to not be perfect. So just use it as practice and just get yourself out there and you'll become more and more comfortable. This one is from Southern Mom, and when I saw this a few days ago, I was like, oh my god, this is probably the hardest question ever. If you had to give up coffee or wine, which would it be? Okay, that is just like mean. I would never want to give up either. If you know anything about me, I like drinks with a purpose. It's like my quote. I like, you know, caffeine, wine, and water. So I don't know if this is cheating, but I would probably give up coffee and then just have like energy drinks and tea, because wine is definitely my like alcoholic beverage of choice. I don't drink a lot of other things. Like I don't mind a cocktail, but I don't want to like drink vodka at home. You know, like I like wine like with dinner. I love wine so much. So that might be cheating, but if I could still have other forms of caffeine, I would give up coffee. I've received several questions about why I moved to Florida. It's not like any like super specific answer like, oh well, I had a job so I moved. My family's always had a home in Southwest Florida, so I would always come here on vacation. It's always been like my happy place. When I was in Chicago for a while, I just wasn't really happy. I didn't like my job. All I did was really work. I didn't have much of a social life. I just wasn't really feeling life, you know. Like right now I'm like a very happy person. Like what you see on camera is who I am, like, but I was not happy in Chicago. So I left my job and then I visited my parents who were in Florida for like Easter last year or some holiday last year, and I spent 2 weeks there, and I was just thinking like how happy I felt, how I love the sun and like warm weather just makes me feel better, you know. And then I started to look into living here. So like the next day I like was looking at places. I applied for my Florida license, like and then a month later or so there I was. So it was kind of impulsive, but I think it might have been one of the best decisions I've made. I'm definitely a lot happier here. I don't know, I think there's a lot of factors that play into it, but yeah, it was kind of impulsive, but I have family here, so that really helped me pick this location for moving. Someone asked, or said they would like to know more about my cats, like when I adopted them, how I named them, crazy things they get up to. Well, when I first adopted Archer and Fiona, about 6 months previously, I had to put my cat Milo down, and I like to give myself some like grieving time right after losing a pet. And one day I was just like, you know what, I'm ready to adopt a cat. Like, you know, I have a lot of love to give, you know, I want some cats in my life, or a cat, I was thinking at the time. So I just like randomly Googled online, there happened to be an adoption fair just right nearby that day. So it was like a sign, you know. So I went to this fair, and it was like in like a high-end jewelry store in the Gold Coast in Chicago, which was like interesting. It was just full of all these kittens. Like at first I thought I was gonna go in there and buy or adopt an older cat, because I know it's harder for them to have homes, but there's mostly kittens there. And I was just like, they're all so cute. And then the lady there was like, would you like to adopt 2 kittens? Because there was these 2 kittens just cuddling together. They looked so happy. You know, they're brother and sister. Like you know, they did not want them to separate. I was like, yes. So I adopted 2 kittens, Archer and Fiona, brother and sister. They had different names at the time. So yeah, I adopted them, went home, and then that day when I got back, I didn't have any cat food or anything because I was not prepared. Or kitty litter or anything. I got locked out of my condo. For some reason my keys wouldn't work. There was like something malfunctioned, so I had to wait for a locksmith to come. I had to pay $800, and I was like freaking out. I'm like, I have these 2 new baby kittens. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I don't have food. They're gonna die. Like, ah! Like I was just like a mess. So that was like crazy bad luck that happened that day, but it's kind of like a funny story. So when I finally got in and got new keys and all of that, like I like put these 2 little kittens in my bathroom, and I rushed to the pet store and came back. And I think I always wanted to name one of them Archer. I was really into the show Archer at the time, and I thought it would be a cute pet name. And then I was like, oh, Archer and Lana, because Lana is a character in that show, but like Lana and Archer are like lovers, you know? And I was like, well, that's weird because they're brother and sister. So I think I had just like the name ending with an A, like in my head at the same time. And I was also watching, God, I'm totally blanking right now. Fiona Gallagher, what show? Why can't I think of what show it was from? But I was watching something and I heard the name Fiona. I'm like, Archer and Fiona, I think that's cute. So later that day, it became their names. So, and then Emmy, I got her randomly. I was working in the ER, and like one of the security guards, their family members had to get rid of a cat like that day. They were gonna bring him to the shelter or something, because I guess they said a baby and their baby was allergic. And then someone I work with, Irma, who I miss so much, she's awesome. She came up to me, she's like, can you take this cat? They're gonna bring her to the shelter. I'm like, well, sure. So that day, like in the parking lot of the ER, I got a little 6-month-old kitten, and her name was actually Remy, and I didn't really love it, so, but she already answered to that, so I dropped the R, and now I call her Emmy. So she still answered and it fit. So I have Archer, Fiona, and Emmy, and I think those are just the cutest names. Someone asked what my sign is. Well, my sun sign is a Taurus, so I really got into astrology recently. So yeah, I'm a Taurus. My moon sign is a Capricorn, and my rising sign is a Pisces. I still want to look into what all of that means, but yeah, I think you're probably asking what my sun sign is. I'm a Taurus. Like I said, my birthday is pretty soon, May 5th. Someone asked what the most odd or weirdest thing I've received in a box so far, and I just sat and like thought about it for a second. And I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this on here, but probably the weirdest thing I ever got was penis and vagina shaped soap. I got, like, I'm not even kidding. Like there's like libido enhancing soaps or something, they're shaped like private parts, and that was probably the weirdest thing that comes to mind instantly, at least. Next question, how many boxes do you receive on average per month? Do you subscribe to them all, or are some sponsorships? So I've never been sponsored before, as in I've never been paid by a company to talk about their boxes or to receive their boxes. I have, like each month I'm getting more and more free boxes for review, which is awesome. So I write down on what I'm expecting for the month, and I was looking at my April list, and I have potentially 30 boxes I am getting this month. So I guess it depends on if some boxes I receive PR for are still gonna send them to me or not. But yeah, each month I get about like 5 or more in addition. So I would say on average like 20, but it's gone up. Like this month is potentially 30. I might have to do 2 videos a day, because usually I do 1 a day, and there's 30 days in April. Today is April 1st, by the way. Well, you guys know that, but yeah. I have not received any of my April boxes yet, besides what I've filmed. I think I'm getting one in the mail today, because I get like the USPS digest, but yeah, I get a lot. And almost half of them now are free for review, almost. I do pay for a lot of them myself, but no, I've never been sponsored. Someone asked if I work in retail or institutional pharmacy. When I was in Chicago, I worked in emergency medicine, so I worked in 2 different hospitals, and I worked solely in the emergency department. So I specialized in acute care and emergency medicine, so I never did retail. Like I guess I did some during school, but not as an actual pharmacist. All right, I have a question about what made me start my channel. I kind of talked about that already. What kind of camera setup and lighting do you use? I have a Canon, I think it's a Rebel SL2, and then I have 2 box lights on each side of me and a ring light. And I just recently added the ring light, and I think it is really helpful. It is really blinding to like stare at the camera for a long time, like this video is longer than usual, but it's definitely helpful. What was your first subscription box? My first subscription box was Birchbox, and it was over 6 years ago. What was the first box that was sent for me for review? You know what? I don't know. Good question. I can't remember. Let me see. I'm gonna look at my I don't know. I think one I was getting like for a while was like Lip Service. I don't know if that was my first one that was a lip balm subscription, but I think that was for a long time I was getting that one. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I've been getting free boxes for a while now, which is really awesome. I really like sharing stuff with you guys, and I can't afford to get like every box in the world, so that really helps us out. And then, oh, you're so sweet. Your skin is freaking gorgeous. What's your skincare routine? I actually did a video recently on my skincare, maybe like a month or so ago, and nothing's really changed, so I will link that down below. I will try and remember. Remind me if I forget. If I had to cancel all but 1 or 2 subs, what would they be? Oh my gosh, that's so hard, but I kind of said my favorites so far. Like I love BoxyCharm, mostly because like Boxy Lux. So I think I would keep that for now. And then like my Allure, my Ipsy, that's 3. I don't know, but yeah, they're so, like, I'm just a beauty addict. I love my beauty boxes the most, but I love other boxes too. I'm so hard at favorites. I just want them all. What's your love life situation? I can't believe no one asked that yet. I am single. I'm not married. I think later on some people did ask me if I was married, or someone asked like why I never talk about my husband. It's because I don't have one. I do date. I go on dates, but nothing serious or exclusive right now. So yeah, I'm a single lady. Abadabs asked, if you had to choose to only eat peanut butter or jelly instead of peanut butter and jelly for the rest of your life, what would you choose? The peanut or the jelly? I would choose the peanut butter. I love peanut butter. What is your favorite wine? I am a red wine drinker. I don't have a favorite brand specifically because I can't choose favorites for the life of me, but I do really like Pinot Noirs and Cabs. That's definitely what I drink the most, but reds all the way. Someone asked how I organize and store all of my beauty products, and I also got a request to do a beauty room tour, so that'll be coming sometime soon. So I'll answer your question that way because I don't know how to really explain now, but I do have like the Alex stores, like pretty much everyone in the world. But I'll talk about that more in the future. This video is already almost 20 minutes long, so let me keep going. I got how many subscriptions do you have? Possibly 30 this month. How do I handle the humidity in Florida? Any skincare products to help you cope? I think the humidity has done wonders to my skin. I used to have like just dry, unhealthy looking skin. I think the humidity definitely like just brought my skin back to life. I definitely try and use setting sprays more now just because it is so humid and sweaty weather out there. But yeah, I think Florida has actually been good for my skin. Where in Florida do I live? Did I experience the hurricane? I moved after Hurricane Irma, and I live in Southwest Florida, so on the Gulf side. And would I consider mentoring other women and setting up a YouTube channel? Definitely. If anyone ever has questions, let me know. Like, I wish I had someone to talk to about all this. I did it all on my own. It was definitely a learning experience. There's some things like, you know, some money I wasted, all that. But now I think I kind of got it figured out. So yeah, I'd be more than happy to help anyone else. Do you have any children? No. Do I live around family? Yeah, my parents have a home pretty close to me. They're not there all the time. They are based out of Chicago, but I do have an aunt and uncle that live there and several other relatives that live in Florida too. Do I have any siblings? Yes. I am the oldest and I have 2 younger brothers. Charlie is 29 and Teddy is 26. I think now it still blows my mind because I feel like I'm 26. So yeah, so I'm oldest, but I'm definitely the shortest. They're like 6'6", they tower over me, so I feel like I'm the littlest, but no. Did I ever play any sports in school? In school, but I was in school a long time ago. I used to swim competitively like through high school, like when I was little all the way through then, but that was so long ago. I'm definitely not an athlete. I definitely need to get back into something because I put on the LBs, so yeah. Do I want a husband or kids? Potentially in the future. I'm not opposed. It's not like I'm against it or anything. It's just right at this moment in life. It's not, I'm not ready. How tall am I? I am 5'7". Was I a wild child? Kind of. I was pretty good in school. Like I always got good grades. I was kind of quiet, but I honestly started partying pretty young. I was drinking by age 14 probably. That sounds really bad now when you're older, but I guess compared to some people I was a wild child, but I always like, you know, did well in school and on the surface looked like a good girl, so it worked out. Am I outgoing outside of YouTube? I don't know if I would say I'm outgoing. I'm definitely, I don't think I'm shy like I used to be shy growing up, but I don't feel that way anymore. I would say I'm outgoing in situations I want to be. If I don't feel like talking, I won't, you know? But yeah, I would say so. How did you become so stinking cute? Should we thank your parents? You're so cute. I do actually look just like my mom, so I guess so. Thank you. Showing you a baby pic. If I can find a baby pic, I'll post it like up here or something. I'm doing that to remind myself when I'm editing to insert a photo. What made you decide to become a vegetarian? I love animals. That is the #1 reason. I am not a health nut or anything like that. That is just like a bonus, I think, but I love animals. I don't judge anyone else for whatever you do, but me personally, I just can't consume animals. I can't support any form of animal cruelty. I love them. They're my friends and my family, so yeah, I don't, well, this is an interesting one. My question is, do you have a tongue piercing or something because you sound a little funny when you talk? No, I don't have a tongue piercing. I might sound a little funny now because I'm congested, or because I'm from the south side of Chicago and I totally have a strong accent, or maybe I just have a weird voice. I don't know, but no tongue piercing. Alright, I'm scrolling through comments. It looks like I've answered most things, or I'm getting more repeats now. How did I get started on YouTube? I've told you that. How can I afford so many boxes? Like I said, about like half of them almost are free for review, which I'm very grateful for. I also am monetized on YouTube now, which is very helpful, so my boxes are covered that way. When I first got started, I guess I had a higher income working as a pharmacist, so I was able to cover it that way. Do I only have cats? Yes. And then someone asked if I was a vegetarian, which I actually just talked about. I do not eat any form of meat or fish. Someone said, I'm from Chicago too. Are you a Cubs or a Sox fan? I am a White Sox fan. My family is diehard White Sox fans. We've had season tickets for as long as I can remember. Fun fact, I actually witnessed a perfect game, Mark Burley's game, so that was awesome. I love baseball, I love the White Sox. Boo Cubs, sorry, but bred to hate them. What's the most fun type of video to make? Well, I pretty much exclusively do unboxings, so that's really fun for me. This has actually been fun too. I've liked just being more chatty with you guys. I hope you guys are liking this. I'm gonna wrap it up soon because I'm almost at like 30 minutes, and that's when my camera shuts off. Who are the top 5 people you watch here on YouTube? Oh my god, I watch so many YouTubers. I don't watch TV really at all anymore. I just watch YouTube. I generally watch more smaller channels, and like a lot of them are my friends. I love them all. I'm gonna do a separate video on who to watch. How about I do that? Because I'll talk for like 10 minutes. I'll do a video on who are my top favorite people. I'm not good at choosing a lot, or I mean, I'm not good at choosing like one favorite, but this is an area where I can expand on, so I'll do another video. And then I have, what kind of videos outside of unboxings do you watch on YouTube? I watch a lot of beauty videos. I also watch like all of Shane Dawson type stuff. I like conspiracy type videos, but I watch a lot of beauty related content, like all the time. And then true crime stuff sometimes I'll watch. But again, I'll talk about like my favorite YouTube channels in the near future. Right, and I think this is the last one that I screenshotted and saved, and it said, what got you started making videos? Touch on that. Were you always a natural behind the camera, or was it something you had to build up to? Definitely not a natural. You guys can probably, if you want to, but I don't know if you really want to, go back to my first few videos. I was not a natural. Someone actually brought up that they were watching one of my videos recently, and it's just so embarrassing. Like, oh yeah. It's something that you just have to work on, like everything in life. I think experience is really important, so the more you do it, the more natural you will become. Was I scared when I first started? Yeah, I was kind of nervous. Like, I think I wrote down everything I was gonna say. I never ended up looking at it, but that was like my way of preparing, like kind of like how you do like a speech. I'm so used to doing that during residency, I guess, but now I just wing it all the time. It really does become easier, and you do not get scared. I think it's probably like the first second maybe, or a few seconds you'll be scared, then you'll kind of forget what you're doing, you know? And I love all your videos. Thank you so much. Thank you guys all so much for all of your questions. I'm sorry if I missed anything. Also, I feel like my nose is really running and gross right now, so I'm sorry if I sound weird, but I'm still shocked that any of you even care about learning more about me. It means so much to me. Starting my YouTube channel is probably one of the best things I've ever done, so thank you so much for all of your love and support. And again, I hope you guys are having a great day. I love you so, so much. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye.